A cold London morning. Early morning in London, the sky is as grey as Jamie Dornan's mood. In his luxurious penthouse apartment in Notting Hill, he sits quietly in front of the glass door, watching the raindrops fall on the window. A cup of cold coffee in his hand, and in front of him, the phone screen lights up with the news that has the whole world talking. Dakota Johnson was caught holding hands with Chris Martin on Malibu Beach. The whole world is talking about this. But for Jamie, it's not just entertainment news, it's a stab in the heart. The bond that never dies. Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson, two names associated with the film legend 50 Shades of Grey. When the movie was released, they became a global phenomenon. The attraction between them is not just on screen, it's so real, so intense that many people believe they are in love. Throughout the three films, every look, every kiss, every breath of Jamie, as Christian Grey, and Dakota, as Anastasia Steele, made the audience believe that there was true love between them. After the film, both of them always denied their love affair. But in interviews, Dakota's eyes looking at Jamie, and his slight smile when mentioning her, all said the opposite. A person in the film crew once revealed, "They had moments without dialogue, the whole set was silent. You can't act like that unless there's something real." After becoming famous, when the 50 Shades fever subsided, life took them in two different directions. Dakota entered a peaceful love affair with Chris Martin, the lead singer of Coldplay, who once conquered the world with the saddest love songs. Jamie, on the other hand, returned to his small family, with Amelia Warner, his gentle, discreet wife and three beautiful daughters. He devoted himself to art film projects, staying away from scandal. However, those closest to him knew, Jamie had never completely forgotten Dakota. A source close to him revealed to The Sun. He always cared about Dakota. Even though he didn't say it, every time she appeared on the red carpet, Jamie quietly watched. A chance encounter. In March this year, fate seemed to have arranged for them to meet again. They both appeared at the Oscar after party in Los Angeles. A clip went viral on social media showing Dakota smiling shyly as Jamie whispered something in her ear. At that moment, the whole world exploded. Fans on Twitter commented in unison, "The chemistry never fades. Look at the way he looked at her." A week later, Jamie was spotted leaving the restaurant where Dakota had dinner. The two avoided the cameras, but sources say they had a long conversation. Jamie feels like he's back in 2015, a friend shared. He believes they might have a second chance. Then the photos came. But just 3 weeks later, the U.S. press published photos, Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin holding hands while walking along Malibu Beach. It wasn't just a date, it was an afternoon filled with laughter. Dakota snuggled into Chris's shoulder, her eyes shining with a happiness Jamie hadn't seen since they split on the set of 50 Shades of Grey. Hollywood erupted. Dakota and Chris fans rejoiced that the couple were back together after the storm. But Jamie's loved ones knew he was devastated. Jamie's reaction. A London source revealed, Jamie wasn't angry, he was just quiet. He looked at pictures of them, then left the house for the rest of the night. He cancelled all interviews and pulled out of events. Friends said he spent most of his time in the studio writing music, a habit he only turned to when he was emotionally hurt. A relative said, Jamie wrote a song. It was called Let Her Go Again. From the first line, you could tell he was talking about Dakota. Amelia Warner, the silent strength. Amelia Warner, the woman who has always been by Jamie's side, knows what is happening better than anyone. She knows that Dakota was once a special person in her husband's heart. Despite the pain, Amelia still chooses to stay silent. A source close to the Dornan family said, she doesn't blame Jamie, she just wants him to be at peace. But she is afraid that this pain will cause a rift in their marriage. A week after the incident, Jamie and Amelia appeared together at a charity event. They held hands, smiled at the camera, but Jamie's smile could not hide her wet and tired eyes. Reaction from the entertainment world. Magazines all headlined. Jamie Dornan's heartbreak, Dakota returns to Chris Martin. From darkness to tears. Jamie's silent pain. The online community is divided into two factions. One sympathized with Jamie, the man, suffering from love again. The other expressed joy for Dakota and Chris, two kindred spirits who found each other after all the ups and downs. One fan wrote, "Jamie deserves to be happy too. He gave everything, and now he has nothing." Hidden message. A few days after the news broke, Jamie posted a blurry photo on Instagram. Just a gray sky and the caption, "Some stories never really end. They just fade away." The photo has attracted millions of likes. Many believe it was a message to Dakota, a gentle goodbye, not angry, just regretful. Meanwhile in Malibu. On the other side of the Atlantic, Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin appeared together at a small Coldplay concert. Amid applause, Chris told thousands of fans, "Sometimes love goes so far, just to come home." He then sang Yellow, the song that has become synonymous with their love. Many believe Chris's eyes were on Dakota, who was sitting in the front row, smiling through tears. Private confessions. A friend of Dakota's revealed that she has always kept in touch with Jamie, not out of love, but out of respect. Dakota loved Jamie. They had some great times together, shoots, long nights, press conferences. But Chris was her piece. According to a source, Dakota once said, "Jamie will always be a beautiful part of my memories, but Chris is where I want to be." Jamie finds herself. A few weeks later, Jamie returned to the set. He has signed on to star in a new film, The Silent Truth, a deeply emotional drama about a man who loses a loved one and must learn to forgive. Coincidentally or not, the role seems to mirror his own personality. The film's director shared, "Jamie acts as if he's reliving something real. Every look, every line carries real pain." When the film ended, Jamie was praised by audiences for giving the most honest performance of his career. One critic wrote, "You don't just watch Jamie Dornan act, you see his heartbreak on screen." A message from Amelia. In LUK, Amelia Warner spoke for the first time about their marriage. "No one is immune to pain. We just learn to love again, no matter how the world changes. Jamie is a wonderful man, and we are still going through it together." The interview was truly touching. Many praised Amelia as a woman, strong enough to love a broken heart. Calm after the storm. In June, Jamie appeared at the Venice Film Festival, radiant and calmer than ever. When asked about Dakota, he smiled. "I am happy for her. We shared wonderful things together, and that is enough." A gentle statement, but enough to touch millions of hearts. And at that moment, everyone knew, Jamie Dornan had truly let go. Final scene. Late at night, in a small studio in London, Jamie sits at the piano. He writes the unfinished song, "Let Her Go Again." The last words sound like a tender goodbye. She found her way back to the sunshine. I'll hold back the rain and call it love. Jamie Dornan may have lost Dakota Johnson again. But in that loss, he found himself, an artist, a father, and a man who finally understands that sometimes, love isn't about holding on to someone, it's about letting them go.